All visitors report to assembly point G. All staff report to their designated assembly point on the Walcott Way car park. Please don't leave the assembly point for any reason until told to do so by the incident controller or the fire brigade officer. There are no firearms designated for this evening. We got any apologies for members away?
Yes, apologies from councillors Davy, Dervitts, Jarvis, Jens, Osborne, Hayden Phillips, Riley and Turd.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, Councillor Jackson's had to leave because a family member's been in.
okay, thank you. Let me know. I hope they recover quickly. Thank you. Item number 3, declarations of personal or prejudicial interest. Are there any?
Excuse me, sorry.
No? All right, thank you very much. Item number 4. I'm in accordance with standing order number 6.1 that the minutes of the meeting of the council held on the 30th of May 2026 be approved as the correct record.
Second.
All those in favour? And that's carried, thank you. Item number 6, to answer questions from
Number 5.
Oh, we've got 5. Oh, right. Now, there's announcements. How could I possibly forget the mayor's announcements? Well,
I was tempted.
So the parlour is going to be open to the public again, and we're going to have lots of events in there. I was going to use you lovely guys as the guinea pigs this evening, but somebody pointed out that there is apparently at 9 o'clock some sort of football match on. So I propose that we postpone that full meeting until in the parlour until the next full council meeting. So thank you very much. And good luck to England from all of us. I've already been to a few events as your mayor. Really enjoyable. The Lord Mayor of Coventry fundraiser, which was really good. And I won an auction of a tour of Coventry, a Lady Godiva. So the Assembly of the Addison Town Council was interesting. The Remembrance D-Day celebration, which was very moving in Addison Market Square. Walk Carnival, I had low shoes on and it didn't rain on us. And the Coleshill Town Hall Centenary celebrations, which was lovely to meet lots and lots of all the users of the town hall. So it's been great so far. It's lovely. I was very lonely when we had the mayor making. It's sort of like a tumbleweed moment, but I'm really delighted that our deputy mayor, Councillor Sandra Smith, is with us this evening. Would you like to say something, Sandra?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to say, never go on holiday because when you get back, you've got a job. But thank you all for the privilege, and it is a privilege, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good year, I feel. Hard act to follow as deputy, but we're going to go there. We're going to do what we can, do a bit of fundraising, and walking. Apparently,
We are.
which I've just done. Something nasty to my knee, so I'm going in a wheelchair. But it's going to be a good year. I look forward to it. I've got a few dates in the diary, so it's all going to be go from here. So thanks again.
Thank you.
You'll have to do it in flat shoes because you wrote the car.
I did write the car, yeah.
Well, everybody knows about that.
Item number 6. Are there any questions?
No questions submitted though.
Okay, thank you. Item number 7, to receive and consider the minutes and notes of the meeting of the Planning and Development Board, 2nd of March, 13th of April, 20th of April, 30th of April, 19th of May and the 8th of June. I think you've got packs on your desk for those. So, Councillor Simpson?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, I'm sure I can certainly say we've won something to go around Coventry As making it.
I thought she said.
Are you really going to do that, or are you going to take your Steve Maxi teeth?
Well, it is a fundraising year. Let's see how much we can raise.
Neptune was never met last year.
I'm delighted you've read out all of the meetings and the planning and other board. Madam, I'm delighted to move that various meetings of the planning development board be received.
Thank you. And seconded. Seconded. Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah, can
Right. Pages number 660. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 66. Okay. 67. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. I'm not sure how many other members are aware of that, but the Secretary of State for Housing, Communities and Local Government, Steve Reed, has strict line local authorities of their powers to determine planning applications, major developments over allegedly inadequate performance. He's written to these authorities on the 15th of June. And advise them very much that they're not adequately performing their function and that they have been designated under the 1990 Act. That essentially means that large applications, those of over 10 houses or I think not more than a hectare, will be determined directly by the planning inspectorate. Members, I think it's quite entertaining that one of the issues is allegedly they're taking too long because, as we all know, decisions referred to the planning inspectorate are typically taking over a year. So the intent is to speed up planning decisions. Well, good luck with that. If it works, it means that the planning inspectorate are taking their resources away from dealing with appeals, so the appeals will take longer than they currently do. Either way, I can't see that this is going to lead to speedier planning decisions. Councils involved are a mixed political bag. South Tyneside, Dacorum, Malvern Hills, Cherwell, Epping Forest, Hartsmere, Wychavon, Rossendale and Staffordshire Moorlands. The leader of Epping Forest District Councils described this as an attack on local democracy. Difficult to see how it can be anything else. He said, "We operate according to policy and law. Often that makes us very unpopular with our own residents when we're compelled to grant planning permission for developments we would rather not have. But that makes it all the more important that we are able to refuse applications that simply don't meet our tests of acceptability." How could any of us on the planning board disagree with that? This government is attacking the planning system in every direction. Later this year, the planning board will be forced to reduce its membership. We will then be forced to dedicate the vast majority of applications that we currently meet to discuss on a bipartisan or multi-partisan basis. The vast majority of planning decisions made at the board are unanimous decisions. This isn't a political bun fight. This is members trying their best to represent local views and determine applications in line with our policy. We are repeatedly advised that we've got little opportunity to make a local decision because we've got to do it in line with what we're told to do. That is not democracy. Members, I don't know the full reasons behind all of these authorities of, I think, just about every political colour having their powers removed. But it is appalling. An attack on one of us is an attack upon all of us. And so I'm going to be asking our officers to call a special meeting of the Planning and Development Board so that we can understand this issue in greater detail and understand what we can do along with our other fellow brother and sister authorities so that we are able, in the short time the left that the government has given us to make planning decisions, understand better what can we do and how can we all our parties represent local interests within the planning process. I think this is an extremely sad and regrettable decision, and one I hope all of us are able to know.
Thank you, Councillor Simpson. Councillor Hayfield, do you want to speak?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I share Councillor Simpson's utter frustration on this. Just make you wonder what's left for planning committee to decide, other than whether a tree should be cut down or not. And perhaps he could remind us what he thinks the planning committee agendas might look like in the future. But also, perhaps more importantly, whether there's an opportunity for councillors to actually discuss some of the applications before determination. I know you have your own meetings to sort of top team meetings to discuss things in as planning applications are received. Whether there's something we can build on that, and you've probably got that in mind already, so that we can at least feel we've got a voice on something, and we can, if it's going to be determined by a planning inspector or whatever, we're able to actually send off our views collectively as a council. It's a very sad time. Anyhow, perhaps the chairman could respond to that.
Is there anybody else who wants to speak on that? No? Councillor Simpson?
Thank you. There are a very few limited grounds upon which the planning board, smaller in number, will be called upon to make decisions. Only the very largest ones. There is a facility for essentially the chief planning officer, but with some engagement of the planning board chairman, to call other items in. It's nowhere near what we do at the minute. So I'm sure members are all aware we do have a select erudite bunch of members who meet on Friday afternoons to eat biscuits. They're called the planning geeks, and we will continue to do that. I think I should make a point that under the scheme of delegation, at the minute, all members receive a fortnightly list of all the applications, and everyone is able to go and discuss those with the planning team. What we are looking at is how we can broaden our meetings, make them perhaps not on Friday afternoon, make them more accessible, because some people have got jobs and can't get there. But what was intended as very much an unofficial multi-party review before we got there could become a more formalised body. I don't want to get too formalised, because then we've got to get into planning balance, and half the time we are absolutely not in planning balance because there's more Labour members or more Reform members than me. But that's not the point. The whole point is that we talk about it and are advised. The more we can do about that, and in future, I think it's going to drive planning underground. And maybe that'll make it all more sexy and interesting. But the more we can do that, the better. However much, what we have to do to frustrate government policy, well, let's get into a bit of civil disobedience and get frustrated.
Thank you, Councillor Simpson. Page 68. 69. Page 70. Councillor Simpson?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I beg to move that the minutes of the Planning and Development Board meeting held on the 2nd of March, 13th April, 20th April, 30th April, 19th May, and 8th June be adopted.
Thank you. And seconded? Waffles? All those in favour? That's unanimous. Thank you. Yeah, it's thank you. Thank you very much. Item number 8, to receive and consider the minutes and notes of the meetings of the special subgroup 3rd of March, 14th of April, 11th of May, 15th of June, which I think is in your on your desk.
Thanks, Madam Mayor.
move that minutes of the special supplement held on the 3rd of March, 4th of April, 11th of May, 15th of June, be received. You. And seconded. Mr. Pages. Page 71. Page 72. Page 73. Page 74. Page 75. And page 75A. That's the Stuart.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd just like to go on record to thank councillors Parsons and Andrew Wright for their attendance at the special sub on Monday, because otherwise we'd have all been quite blown away.
Councillor Blues, would you like to?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I vote to move that the minutes of the 3rd March, 4th of April, 11th of May, 11th of June be adopted.
Seconded. Yes, so then, and all those in favour? It's unanimous, thank you. Item number 9, to receive and consider the minutes and notes of the meeting of the Community Environment Board, 9th of March, 18th of May, 2026. Councillor Bell.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move that the minutes of the Community Environment Board, 9th of March and 18th of May be received.
Seconded. Pages 76, 77, 78, 79, and page 80. Councillor Bell.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move that the minutes of the Community and Environment Board, 9th of March and 18th of May be adopted.
And seconded. Thank you. All those in favour? Thank you. Item number 10, to receive and consider the minutes and notes of the meeting of the Resources Board, 16th of March, 2026. That's where it ends.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move that the minutes of the Resources Board held on the 16th of March be received.
Seconded. That's Amelia. And pages 81, 82, 83. That's the Sims.
Thank you. And I move that the minutes held on the 16th of March be adopted.
Seconded. And all those in favour? Thank you. Item number 11, the Executive Board to receive and consider the minutes and notes of the meetings of the Executive Board, 27th of February, 23rd of March, 9th of June, again, it's on your packs on your desks. Councillor Wright.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move that the minutes of the Executive Boards held on the 27th of February, 23rd of March and the 9th of June be received, and also move that the recommendations contained therein are approved.
Thank you, and seconded. That's Stuart. Pages 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 89A.
89B.
89B, we think so.
On item 5, public here calendar update, there was some discussion about some updates planned. I appreciate the one that was attached So this agenda went out before that meeting. And just wondering what sort of timescales might get an update to that. Numbers.
So on.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, thank you, Councillor Barney. I would answer that very
Anybody else on that point? It's now C. Councillor Wright.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Now move that the minutes and the recommendations therein of the Executive Board on the 27th of February, 23rd of March and 9th of June be adopted and approved.
And seconded. So, excellent. And all those in favour? Thank you, that's carried. Item number 12. To receive and consider the minutes and notes of the meeting of the Local Development Framework, 26th of March 2026. Councillor Watson.
Madam Mayor, I move that the minutes of the meeting of Local Development Framework on the 26th of March be received.
And seconded. That's the Hayfield. Pages 90, 91. Councillor Watson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move that the minutes of the Local Development Framework on the 26th of March be adopted.
And seconded. Councillor Hayfield. All those in favour? Thank you. Item number 13, to receive and consider any notice of motion. Receive of Order number 10.
Non-received.
The motion tonight, isn't we? Item number 14, to authorise the Chief Executive in accordance with Article 1105 of the Articles of the Constitution, to sign and seal on behalf of the Council any orders, deeds and documents necessary to give effect to any resolution of the Council, including any past, during, part of the meeting, which is held in private.
Second.
All those in favour? Harry, thank you.
For our colleagues to that. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm on ahead. Advance notice. I'm not liking it.
To consider in accordance with section 100A4 of the Local Government Act 1972, whether it's in the public interest that the public and press be excluded from the meeting for the following items of business on the grounds that they involve the likely disclosure of exempt information as defined by Schedule 12A to the Act.
Secondly.
All those in favour? That's carried. Thank you.